Hello, everyone. Today I'm with Jesse Madden and Jordan Hornbeak, and today we're going to talk about the top 5 quarterbacks for this upcoming NFL draft. Thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Nathan.
Yep, thank you for having me as well.
Anytime. All right, Jesse, you can say your number one first.
Yeah, so my number one quarterback going into this NFL draft is definitely going to be Trevor Lawrence. I think that his size and his ability to make all the throws and lead like he's led at Clemson puts him easily at number one, in my opinion.
I agree with that. I have Trevor Lawrence at number one. Also, like you said, his size, being 6'6", and how he can make all the throws. And he can also run. His running's kind of underrated, how he can move like we watched in like that, not this past game against Ohio State, but the year before where he took off for that touchdown. He can also move when he needs to.
Yeah, I agree with Trevor Lawrence too. Like you guys said, his size, but like Nathan said too, his underrated athleticism is definitely something that a lot of teams want, and his leadership ability as well. Whoever gets the Jets had the number one pick, and they definitely need some leaders in their locker room.
Yeah, I also like his. He reminds me of Justin Herbert, but I think he's just better. Like in college, Justin Herbert was really good, but not to the level of Trevor Lawrence. And I think that if Trevor Lawrence can transfer to the NFL as good as Herbert did, oh, he's going to be a playmaker.
Like Trevor Lawrence, he was a game changer. Like every game, you look at Clemson Notre Dame the first time when DJ Ugalele, I don't know how you pronounce his name, but last name, but it was close in overtime. But then you look when Lawrence comes in place, they blew him out.
The thing about that one was DJ played super well too. It wasn't like DJ was a bum. He was really good.
He was for sure,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll do well next year.
Yeah,
definitely.
So I'll go with my number two. And right now, I have Mac Jones at my number two. Most people would disagree. But I think also his ability to lead Alabama to that 12-0 season. And all they played was SEC opponents, and they went wire to wire, number one team. And I like his ability that he can make all the throws, but he can also dissect defenses. He doesn't throw deep all the time. He knows to find out his checkdowns and I think a lot of people try to point out that he can't run the ball, but there are other quarterbacks in the NFL that haven't been able to run. Like Tom Brady just won a Super Bowl, and he's never been able to really run it either. So that's why I have him at my number two. He's a winner, and he can make all the throws.
Yeah, but he also had the best receiving core in the country.
Joe Burrow had a good receiving. I mean, everybody has good receivers.
Yeah, but like you look at the plays that Joe Burrow made, like to extend them, like it was different than Mac Jones, like the one where he made in the SEC championship against Georgia. Like Mac Jones wasn't making those plays.
Mac Jones, Joe Burrow's the number one pick. Mac Jones isn't going to be. Trevor Lawrence is going to be the number one pick. I really like Mac Jones. I think he's really good.
I at number two have Zach Wilson. How he can make like all the throws, and he can. He like they talked about how much work he puts in. How he would drive to California or something crazy like during quarantine, like every week. I think they said, and he's mobile too, and he led BYU to a great season. And UCF he threw for 425 yards against me at 3,692 yards, which is their most in college football. And he's doing that at BYU. Not saying that they're not like a good program, but they're not Alabama or anything.
My number two, it was kind of a toss-up between Zach Wilson and Justin Fields. I think a lot of teams like Justin Fields' athleticism, ability to extend plays, and can run the ball, which is what a lot of teams are trying to trending towards now. More athletic quarterbacks. Zach Wilson is another one too. But both of them are tough. They can make any play, and those are my two number twos.
So both of them.
Yeah, toss up.
Yeah, mine was kind of a toss up too. So like my number three is Fields, but I mean he could easily be number two. And I like how his whole career he's just won, and like you said, he can extend plays and really move around. Unlike Mac Jones and Trevor Lawrence can run, but not as well as Fields. And Fields can really throw it too. People underestimate his ability to let it rip.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like you watched the throws he was making against Clemson and the Sugar Bowl. It was crazy.
Mhm.
I feel like it's gonna depend on who's picking where. Like if it was the Falcons, I would say they'd go with Zach Wilson, but another team, I don't know if they would get Fields.
Yeah, it definitely depends on who's picking at the time.
Yeah.
But if it's Atlanta, if it's Atlanta, like you said, I think they take Mac Jones. Honestly, that he's kind of like a Matt Ryan, pocket passer, but um, he's not as careless as Matt Ryan is.
Yeah, I never really thought about that. Yeah, that's true. The Falcons could take him. I think it's all going to come down to whatever the Jets do because they're fielding trades for Sam Darnold, but if they keep him, they probably won't draft the quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think he's not a bad quarterback. Just the Jets are not the best franchise like right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Jets.
They have a lot more worries in quarterback though. Like they need to get offensive weapons. They need to get deep corners who can actually cover. They have one good safety in Marcus May, and I don't know who the other guy is. Aston Davis, a rookie out of Cal, who's
Cal, yeah.
not the best. Yeah, so they have a lot more worries than just quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they could like trade down with someone and try and get like Jalen or Waddle or like Devontae Smith or Jamar Smith, something like that. Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm. So for my number 4 quarterback, I went with Wilson. I put Fields ahead of Wilson, and it's just because like the first 3 guys I listed, they all made deep national championship runs. Lawrence won it one year, Mac Jones won it this year, and then Fields made it to the playoff multiple years. And they all beat super good teams. And then BYU, you don't get that opportunity. And it's not taking away from anything because like Josh Allen didn't really have the opportunity either. And look what he's doing in the NFL. It's just, I think the resume of Lawrence, Jones, and Fields is just much better compared to the resume of Zach Wilson.
I don't think I ever actually technically said my number 3, but I have Justin Fields there.
Oh, okay. My bad if I took this, if I took your number
But
3.
then number 4, I have Mac Jones.
Yeah. My number 4 would be Mac Jones too.
Because like that's a spot too where the Patriots could potentially take him, and that could be a good fit with Bill Belichick.
I was thinking Patriots or the Panthers coached him in the Senior Bowl because he played in the Senior Bowl, and I think he did well, is what they said.
The Panthers, they're a team that could trade up possibly.
Yeah.
Or at 8, they have the 8th pick, right? I think.
Do they have the? I'm not sure. I haven't really looked at the order.
Yeah, I haven't really looked at the order either.
I feel like they do, and maybe get Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Did any of you guys have Lance on your list?
I do.
Okay.
5. Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
So I'll go with my number 5 because it's different. My number 5 it was really close between like 3 guys, but it ended up being Kellen Mond, and that's because he was a 4-year starter at A&M in the SEC, and just the track record with those guys is usually good, especially compared to a guy like Trey Lance. He only started 1 year at North Dakota State. I think the only like good team he played against was like Illinois State in the FCS championship. Whereas like Kellen Mond has played 4 years. He started as a true or 3 years or 4 years. I don't know. But he started.
I think wasn't he behind Nick Starkel for one?
Yeah, I think his freshman year, him and Starkel like rotated.
Because he came in, I remember for Nick Starkel when UCLA made that comeback with Josh Rosen.
Oh, that was an instant classic. But yeah, I like Kellen Mond. Obviously, Lance is really good, but he only played 15 games in his whole college career. So it's kind of really tough to get a grade on him. And then Ian Book was the other guy. I mean, he won a lot of games at Notre Dame. But I still think Kellen Mond, he's more of an NFL player than those other 2 guys. And that's why he's at my number 5.
I have Trey Lance at number 5, and I put him at 5 because I didn't think he was like you said, except I have him in my top 5. We don't have as much film on him, And he hasn't played like football in a while because he only played one game this season. And what his last time was like a little over a year. And I think, like that one season winning the FCS championship, I think that he deserves to be at 5 though.
Yeah, definitely. I feel the same way as Nathan. I mean, even though he doesn't have a lot of games under his belt, a lot of college experience, I mean, some NFL GMs just don't. They seem to not care. They just pick guys off what they have, and I mean, it's like that. Different position, but Josh Jacobs, didn't have a lot of film on him, but he still went in like the first round. It was like a steal pick. So, yeah, kind of. I feel like it could be the same type of scenario.
Mm-hmm. It either goes like good or bad because then you also have like Dwayne Haskins, and that just blew up for the Washington.
Yeah.
Also, Trubisky. Trubisky only started like one season at North Carolina.
They weren't that good either, right?
No.
Did they play Stanford in their bowl game?
In the Sun Bowl.
Sun Bowl or something, yeah.
Yeah, they weren't that good. But then, then you got Mahomes, who's a steal. So,
yeah, I mean that's crazy. No, I mean, who could have predicted the success of Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, that is crazy.
You see him
to this level. I mean, it's unbelievable.
You said you saw him shortly after he was drafted, right? At a camp.
Yeah, I did actually, and I saw him. I met him. I didn't get a picture with him though, but he was cool. I mean, I didn't think he was going to be very good, so I didn't like. I don't know. I guess I missed on that one because I'm a pretty big Alex Smith fan. I just like how he has been doubted his whole career. Like everyone called him a bust, and then he won a lot of games with the Niners, and then the Niners got rid of him, and he went to the Chiefs and took them to the playoffs. And then they tried to replace him with Mahomes, and then he took them to the playoffs again. And then so I was tired of people doubting Alex Smith,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He also had Deshaun Watson in that draft.
Yeah, and Trubisky went number 2.
Yeah.
Did Watson go 9? Or no. Mahomes went 9.
Yeah, or Mahomes was 10. I forgot. It was 9 or 10.
Yeah, exactly. And then Watson went 12.
I think it was 12. Because the 49ers, they got more out of they traded with the Bears because I think they're bluffing to the Bears that they're gonna get Trubisky. But really they're just gonna get Solomon Thomas.
Yeah.
But then they got more stuff out of the Bears. Pretty smart.
Who else did the Niners get in that draft? I know they got someone else who was really good.
Was that Kittle?
Forgot. Was it Kittle? It might have been.
He was like a 5th rounder.
Man,
Solomon Thomas didn't work out that well, huh?
No. Well, he just wasn't worth the 3rd pick.
Yeah.
But I think
he only has like 4 sacks in his whole career, right?
Yeah.
That's tough.
That he's a free agent, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he would be because his rookie contract is usually like a 4-year deal.
Mm-hmm. A bunch of free agents for the 49ers.
Are you guys both 49er fans?
No, I'm a Broncos fan.
Ooh. Who do you want? Who do you want you guys to draft?
I want him to get a corner. I want him to get Patrick Surtain.
I'm a Cowboy fan, so I want us to get him too.
Oh man, what pick do you guys have?
We're 12. You guys are
9
for us. Oh yeah, okay.
Wait, no, 49ers are 12.
Oh no, that's right. We're 10.
Yeah,
we both went 6 and 10, right?
Yeah, and wait, why are we picking after you if you have the tiebreaker?
Yeah, we beat you. Yeah, that's okay. I'll look it up real fast if that's okay.
All right.
NFL draft order.
Well, thanks for doing this today.
Oh, of course. Thank you for having me, Nathan.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.